Rorschach's Journal, October 12th, 1985. Dog carcass in alley this morning. Tired tread on burst stomach. This city is afraid of me. I have seen its true face. The streets are extended gutters, and the gutters are full of blood. And when the drains finally scab over, all the vermin will drown. The accumulated filth of all their sex and murder will foam up about their waists, and all the whores and politicians will look up and shout, "Save us!" And I'll look down and whisper, "No." They had a choice, all of them. They could have followed in the footsteps of good men like my father or President Truman. Decent men who believed in a day's work for a day's pay. Instead, they followed the droppings of lechers and communists and didn't realize that it trailed over a precipice until it was too late. Don't tell me they didn't have a choice. Now the whole world stands on the brink, staring down into bloody hell. All those liberals and intellectuals and smooth talkers, and all of a sudden nobody can think of anything else to say. That's quite a drop. Yeah, door guy, you know, I always wonder, do you think you black out before you hit the sidewalk or what? Frankly, I don't need to know that bad. What do you think happened here? Well, looks like someone broke in by busting this door down. That would take either two guys or one guy on serious drugs, because the door had a chain fastened on the inside, which means that the occupant was home when it happened. I saw the body, and he looked beefy enough to protect himself for a guy his age. He was in terrific shape. What, you mean apart from being dead? No, I mean this guy, this Blake guy, the occupant. He had muscles like a weightlifter. He could have put up some kind of fight, I'm certain. Yeah, well, looks like he lost. Maybe it was a couple of guys, and they just overpowered him. Maybe the data we have suggests he's been doing some sort of overseas diplomatic work for years. A lot of classy expense account living. Maybe he just got soft. He don't look too soft in this photograph. Wonder how he got that scar. It looks... Hey, the guy he's shaking hands with in the picture. It's Vice President Ford. Hey, so it is. Well, listen, between you and me, I think we can rule him out as a suspect. A job like this just ain't his style. That'd be real funny if we had any better leads to go on. I mean, what is this? A little money got stolen, but no way this was a straight burglary. Somebody really had it in for this guy. I mean, how did he go out of the window? Maybe he tripped against it. Forget it, that's strong glass, man. You trip against it, even a big guy like that, it don't break. I think you'd have to be thrown. Well, if this Edward Blake was as big as you say he was, then one guy would never lift him. So, we're talking two assailants here. Which floor you want? Ground floor, please. Ground floor coming up. So look, you haven't answered my question. Is this a burglary, or do we look for some other motive? Listen, it could just have been a burglary. Maybe a bunch of knot tops on KT-28s or lewds. You know how it is. A lot of crazy things happen in a city this size. They don't all need motives. So what you're saying is, I'm saying, let's not raise too much dust over this one. We don't need any masked Avengers getting interested in cutting in. Follow it up discreetly, sure. But in public? Well, let's say we let this one drop out of sight. I don't know. I think you take this vigilante stuff too seriously. Since the Keene Act was passed in '77, only the government-sponsored weirdos were active. They don't interfere. Screw 'em. What about Rorschach? Rorschach never retired. Even after him and his buddies fell out of grace, Rorschach's still out there somewhere. He's crazier than a snake's armpit and wanted on 2 counts. Murder 1. We got a cozy little homicide here. If he gets involved, we'll be up to our butts in corpses. What's the matter? Oh, nothing. Just a shiver. Must be getting a cold.
Comment. Valerie Flowers is the best YouTuber. I'm his biggest fan. He really entertains me with his videos. What a guy.
Hilarious and original. Hilarious and original. Hilarious and original. Hilarious and original.